Welcome to our class tonight. This is my first class in the summer reading program. And it's been a while, it seems like, since I've done a craft class, so this will be fun. Our Alice in Wonderland top hat is a real fun project to do together. It goes up really quickly, probably since we did so much prep work of cutting out, we don't have that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to switch to my camera so I can show you step by step how to do this. Okay. So you may have the instructions in front of you. If not, that's fine. I've got them right here. We'll just do what we need to do. Make sure you've cut out the inside of your felt and your hat. And you've trimmed the cardboard down smaller than the outline. Okay? So the very first thing we do is we attach the cardboard to the felt. So we're going to turn our pieces so they're right side down. And we're going to take hot glue and just go around the edge. Go a little bit in the margin. My little feathers are getting in the way here. Okay, and just center it. You should have felt all the way around at felt edge. Okay. Then on the hat brim, you can go pretty close to this inner circle. But then again, on the other one, on the outside, you want to leave that blank because we're going to be gluing that next to the other hat brim. So then I take this and I center it on here. And then I put more glue on the cardboard. Then you're going to take the other piece and put it wrong sides together and center it as best as you can. I'm going to bring it in closer so you can see that. Okay. Don't worry about these edges if they don't match up. We're going to take care of that. We'll trim them in a minute. Okay, so then for the final one, and then turn that over. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is kind of break in this cardboard to make it round. And you don't want big creases, so I'm just gently rolling it in my fingers. I'm just making it so it goes a little bit rounded. And then when we wrap it around the top of the hat, it'll bend easier if it's got that memory in there. Okay? Go ahead and look and see if there's places that you need to trim your cardboard. And you can do that. The nice thing, you want it to bend when we attach it to the felt. And you can check on your hat and see if those edges are too close. You don't want to be seeing the cardboard. We're going to go ahead and go glue around the hat brim right in there, and we'll squeeze it and then trim off the extra felt. So let's do that as our next step. I'm going to go real slowly. Once you've glued your hat together, then get down inside it. If you can see right there, I've kind of split it where that cardboard is. I'm going to put a little bit of glue along that edge. And I'm going to squeeze it together. Careful not to burn yourself. But you're kind of enclosing the cardboard so it's not going to show. And you go all the way around and do it. Okay, now that we've gone all the way around, you can take your scissors and you can trim off. See that this edge that's exposed, like this bottom was bigger than the top. So look on both sides and trim it up evenly. Once you've got it all sealed up, you're just gonna make the edges meet each other. So that looks pretty good. I'm gonna just set this aside now. I'm going to take a look at my top and see if I need to trim any of the cardboard off. It looks like it's really close here. I want to give it just a little bit more room. And then check this to see that you've got lots of room. I think I just need to trim this corner down here a little. Okay, you need to have just an edge exposed. Now the next step is you're going to take this circle, and it's about, you can start anywhere, but you're going to just start pinching it together right there in the middle with a piece of glue. So you're going to take this side, and then you're going to put a piece of glue, a drop of glue, right there. It doesn't matter as long as it's face down. You're doing right sides together. You're going to pinch it and just hold it for a second while the glue dries. And from there, you just do a little bit more glue along the brim, along the straight edge, and you kind of have to bend it. And you keep pinching it and holding it. I think this is probably the trickiest part. The rest of it's fun. This part's a little hard. You just are kind of bending the side to match the top. And because the glue dries pretty quickly, it makes it easy to hold it in place. Now, if you don't have a glue gun, you're just going to have to glue it and then pin it maybe. But can you see how it's starting to come around? Okay. When we get to this corner, you're going to have to do a little bit of glue here and around the corner, down a bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch, so that you can just overlap it easily. Okay, like I said, you've got to come around and glue a little bit down here, and you're just overlapping it wherever it ends up. Once we've done the top, we're going to go back and trim that little edge and clean it up a little bit. Sometimes it helps to put your finger inside the hat, and so you can use your finger to push. And then we're going to just continue gluing up, down all the way. There's this rough little edge around here, and you can trim that to be neater, I guess. Like, see how I don't know if you can see, do you see how the glue stick made the colored cardboard come through? Oh, that was the Sharpie mark that I had. Well, that teaches me. I might have to do a little decoration on the top of my hat. Okay, that's that. So we're gonna wait a minute. I'm gonna pause it and we'll just wait until everybody's caught. The next thing we're gonna do is glue our cat to our circle. And we just do it this way. So all we're gonna do is we're going to put a bead of glue around this bottom edge. And then you just tip it upside down. You want the seam to be at one of the long ends. So pick whichever end and the seam should line up with one of these ends. So I'm going to put my seam right there, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. You just do some glue at the bottom. This is all going to get covered up with trim, so you don't have to worry about it. You know, if you've got a gap, you're going to have some trim, and you'll be able to cover it all up. Okay, so now I'm going to put this down, and I'm just going to push it and hold it there. Okay, so we're pushing down on that until it sticks, and then you might have to peel it off your paper. You can take your finger and kind of clean that out, but it really doesn't matter. Your clip is going to go on top of that. So it just looks like that. Okay, so this is the back of mine. So when I decorate, I'm going to think of this side right here is where I decorate. So my ribbon, everybody's ribbon looks different. But you're going to have some sort of gold or black bead or some sort of burgundy ribbon that you're going to start in the back. And we'll just do a bead of glue all the way around. Now everybody got a piece of netting, and you're going to be tying this in a bow. And you want to move your glue gun away so you don't melt it. But you're just going to take, let me zoom out so you can see this. You're going to take it like this and do a loop and go around it and just tie it in a bow. Okay? You'll have to adjust it to get your tails. And then you fluff it out. And before I glue it down, I'm going to trim the ends. And the way I do that is I take both ends together. I'm going to just cut it at a point like that, diagonally, to make it a pretty pointed ribbon. If I were to pull this out, you'd see that it's got a little bit of a tail. And same on the other side. You're just going to put those two together. And I'm going to cut diagonally to the corner. Okay. this gets glued on. So all of our decoration is going to be on the left-hand side, not directly on the side, but a little bit forward from the side. So here's my back seam. Here's the front right here. So I'm going to place it not directly perpendicular to that, but maybe 45 degrees off of the front. So I'm going to take this bow. Actually, I'll just put a piece of glue, a drop of glue on the ribbon. Now be very careful when you hold this in place because the glue can go through this netting. You just want to squish it. Okay. And hold it there in place. That's good enough. If you push on that bow though, so we get it through enough glue that it's going to stay there. Good. Okay. So this one, I'm going to just make 3 loops. 1, 2, 3, like that. I'm going to cut it. And I'm just holding it together, and we're going to put just a dot of glue on those 3 to make them stick together. I guess it's more than 1 dot. But you want to push them together, and then as it starts to cool enough, you're going to want to place it on it's on the brim, but it's right over the bow. So as soon as it doesn't get too hot, maybe we'll push it with a glue stick or something. Now I gave you enough beading. You could, if you wanted to decorate it even farther, I didn't think of this, but you could take this beading around the top of your hat. That'd be really pretty. Or you could take the extra beading around your trim all the way around. So there's a lot you can do with the extra beading. Okay. And right now we've just got these 3 loops. Now I'm going to anchor them. They're a little floppy. Mine are a little bit big, so I'm going to take another dot of glue at the top of the bow and push these loops into that glue so they stand up more. Okay. So you take a look at your feathers. And I've got, in my selection, I've got 2 big ones and 1 little one. You may have 3 little ones. You want to find your longest. And that's what you're going to glue. Sorry, I got a phone call. Right here, we're going to take another dot of glue, and you're going to add your feathers. So I have this extra beads. I'm tempted to put another thing of loops. I didn't do that on the display one. See what I could do? I could take 3 more little loops and put right there if I wanted to. But what goes next is the circle. You have a big flower, you should have a big ribbon flower, and then you have a little one. And everybody's is different. Everybody's shape, everybody's colors are different. But the big one goes next on top of the feathers. So you're just going to add a little bit of glue to it. You press hard and hold it there. This one you want to push against the ribbon. Then the next one, I have one small feather I'm going to put on in front. And then another dot of glue. And then put the flower, the center flower. Last thing we do is put the clip on the bottom. And to do that, you're just going to, so right where the bow is, or the bow and the flower are, you're going to put this squeezy end of it there. And you just glue on either end of the clip. I think what I'm going to do, since I've got this dark, I'm going to do a circle of beads on top.